Take it, baby. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Sing it, fellas. For Dixieland I was born. Early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, so hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy bound to die, but all my trials was slowly over. Thank you. Thank you. You're a fantastic audience. Thank you.
Hey guys, don't you love it when Elvis says thank you? Thank you very much. You're a fantastic audience. Thank you. How's everyone doing today? Do you have a bunch of snow wherever you are? I do. Lots of snow. Taking a look at the chat. You guys are busy. Ooh, Wench says it's dry and cold. Mrs. Ben is here. Star Mama says no snow, just cold. Extinct is up at the North Pole. Don't forget your vitamin D. I thought we'd start off with a little bit of Elvis and then get right into it. I titled this video, The Top 100 Reasons Why, in my opinion, Christopher Watts may have been telling the truth when he said that he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece Watts. I just threw the number 100 out there because there are so many reasons. I started to list them out and I thought, I don't even have to list them out. I figure we'll throw them all out there in the comment threads too. Callie says it's sunny as always. Oh, good for you. Lucky you. We had a lot of sunshine yesterday. That was nice. Oh, MJ's getting attacked. Oh, let's see here. MJ says, I have been attacked by Straight telling me that I'm a troll, that I've changed my name, and I deleted my comments from your last live. He said that he documented everything. So I want proof. Well, MJ, if you want proof, then go get your proof from Set the Record Straight. Mrs. Ben says, I have been getting attacked all over the place. Yeah, it looks like it's been a couple of weeks of nothing but attack mode. Don't you think it's interesting that everything was quiet? You know, we were getting together pretty regularly, having our live chats. And it was actually pretty smooth there for a while, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden, like Star Mama said, all of a sudden it kind of seems like everyone went back online, doesn't it? And then all the attacks started. Interesting. Is that a causal relationship or simply a correlation? Extinct says, no one's attacking me, and I find it very odd. Yeah, the attacks have hit an all-time low. I didn't think they could get any lower, but I think when you're dealing with psychos, you know, the scumbag attackers who sit there and go, oh, she was attacking me, so I'm going to make 5 videos and commit defamation and slander and harass her. That's what they always do when they get caught up in their little harassment game. They say, oh, she was harassing me first. Mrs. Ben says, I was labeled a shiner last night, also told to F off. Oh my gosh. Who told you to F off, Mrs. Ben? Jordan says that they're about to start writing a stage play that shows people how easy it is for a large group of people to become 100% convinced that an innocent person is guilty. Sophia says, you did get attacked. I started talking about the Watts case in my language. The whole world has been lied to. Paul says, it's when you mentioned moving day, and before that, the attacks were when SW wasn't wearing a vitamin patch. Yes, remember that, Paul? Exactly right. You nailed it. Exactly. Exactly right. I think it's interesting, the accusations they make, and they're not even accusations. They claim some of the most ridiculous things. They lie continuously. And then they sit there and they have the flippin' nerve to go, oh yeah, Miss Mensah's never been attacked. Well, they're attacking me. It makes sense, doesn't it? MJ says, I'm not a troll. I was your sub for over 3 years and I defended you in straight. So, MJ, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Because I'm not taking your bait, okay? You want to go fight with straight, go fight with straight. Yeah, the Australia thing I found very interesting because we're right about the whole ping thing, right? The cell tower ping thing. After they claim they have experts and all that stuff. And gee, turned out we're right. So instead of, discussing the case of Christopher Watts, of course, they have to go on all-out attack. But don't you think it's interesting that one of the main shit stirrers over there on that panel is saying, oh, boo-hoo, she kicked us out of a Facebook group, which I didn't, by the way. It's 3.5 years later. They claim that they're over 18 years old. No offense to people who are under 18 years old. But if you're going to claim to be an adult, act like one. Allison says, I have an opinion and could come up on panel. Well, Allison, I've never seen your profile before. I'm thinking, nah. Mrs. Ben says, so aggressive and angry. Actually, I think they're organized and I think they're psycho. I don't think they care at all about Christopher Watts' wife. I don't think they care at all about discussing the case. I think what they care about is trying to make people too afraid to discuss the case. Unless you're singing the bullshit lies that we've been told since day one. MJ, stop, please. Seriously, if you're pissed off at straight, go fight with straight. Because here's something I've learned over the last 3.5 years. Straight does something, straight says something, straight does whatever, and I'm the one who gets attacked, and I'm tired of it. Marsha's making omelets. Let's all go to Marsha's house and have some omelets. And I'm not saying go real life on it. I'm simply joking that we're all going to show up at Marsha's and have omelets with her. Sophia, I think they are hoping to be paid. I'm not sure that they're actually collecting any money, but I think they have like this psycho dream that they're going to somehow, build their channels and pretend to be virtue signaling, right? For someone who they obviously don't care about because they never discuss the case. They're handed a pile of lies, and then they just keep repeating the lies in their psycho voices. Oh, Meeser Mom says, I'm no snake. Here we go, off to the races. Okay, Marcia, we're taking orders here for omelets. Take a look at the interrupter's preference here. Sophia says, you are so caring and sweet, MM. Sophia, don't be a suck up. Because then I'll start thinking you must be a scumbag attacker. I'm joking. Exactly, Star Mama. It was calm in chat for about 6 months. Exactly right. MJ says, I can't talk to straight. He has me blocked. The interrupter says, I have Mediterranean fever. It's called familial Mediterranean fever. LOL, lots of love. Marcia says, come on, Bobs, come on over for some omelets by Marcia. Allison says, in my opinion, the lupus was not real. Okay, let's start there. As part of the 100 reasons why, in my opinion, Christopher Watts was telling the truth when he said he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece Watts. Let's put it right out there. I'll go ahead. I'll say it. Christopher Watts' wife was a liar. She lied about so many things that I think it's safe to say she was a liar. She was building a house of cards, a house of credit cards, to be exact. She was living a lie. I agree, Nina. I don't believe Christopher Watts killed anybody. And her house of credit cards was tumbling down all around her. Sophia is laughing big time. She's laughing so hard she's crying. Marge says that she lied so much that she would lose track. Exactly. Remember when she was saying how the girls were in the emergency room the night before, but she couldn't remember what one of them was diagnosed with. And in another video, she said they were at the pediatrician's that morning, but she couldn't remember at first exactly why. Mo says she couldn't face the shame. I think that's exactly what happened. According to Cindy Watts, the last thing that Christopher Watts remembers her saying to him, the last couple of things were, I'll make you pay for this and you'll never see the girls again. I think it was moving day. I think that upcoming court hearing, you know, the one for the ongoing family matter, I think it was to terminate her parental rights. Paul says, where's Honey Badger today? I really like her, but noticed she says, do you know what I mean? A lot, and I can't unhear it now. Honey Badger will not be back on our panel, Paul. And yes, I've noticed that too. She says that a lot. Yes, Star Mama. She stood there making her video, and you could tell she couldn't remember either what she took the girls to the doctor for. I don't think she actually did. I think she was lying. She couldn't remember what she was going to say, I think, as her excuse for taking the girls to the doctor. And then she came up with, it was a recheck because they had the flu. Do you know any doctor who has you bring children in for a recheck after they have the flu? Yes, Mo, the house of cards was about to fall down, and I think it was actually falling down. I think she already caught wind that she was losing access to the children. I do believe that it was moving day. I don't believe that she was supposed to be there. And if she was supposed to be there, I don't believe she was supposed to have access to the children. Sophia says, I don't blame you, and thanks, MM. She's too aggressive. Wench says, going to lose the house, going to lose the girls, her marriage, her grip on CW, everything was done. I think she was living a lie for so many years that she She was even lying at the end. She was even lying about living a lie, right? She was telling some people some things and other people other things. And then after the tragedy, there were all sorts of conflicting stories. Oh, nobody knew there were any problems. Oh, yeah, we knew there were problems. Oh, no, nobody knew there was ever a problem. Oh, yeah, there were problems. Well, which was it? And look at those text messages talking about moving people into the house. Like, really? I wonder who was going to ever pay the house payment, because remember, they were a bunch of MLMers. I mean, granted, they had plenty of MLM stock in the basement. Exactly, wench. Gonna move in some buddies. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't think she went to the zoo either. Exactly, Nina. She couldn't remember what she told who. And remember, when they first went, quote unquote, missing, or I should say endangered missing, which is a huge clue and a huge reason for why I believe Christopher Watts didn't murder anybody. The friend, Jeremy, and his wife were interviewed, and they said, well, Jeremy said, that all she had to do was see a commercial and learn about another illness, and she'd claim to have that one too. That's called a liar. I do not believe she took care of the girls. I don't believe she was bonded to the children. I think Christopher Watts was the parent in that household. Don't forget the Santa Claus video. Those kids were hysterical before they even saw Santa Claus. So they weren't afraid of Santa. I think they were afraid of being alone in the house without their dad. I think that the ongoing family matter supports the claims by many that there was an open CPS case. And I think that more incidents occurred during their little separation. I think she knew that everybody was about to find out. And here's the thing. How many friends did she have? Seriously. Her friends were on social media. You know, some of the people that the police interviewed had never even met Chris or had just met him once. And one lady who was interviewed had never even met Christopher Watts' wife. Those are her friends. You know, one of her longtime friends met her one time. One time. And they were so close. Really? And then another friend was actually the daughter of the owner of the restaurant where she worked when she was a teenager, supposedly. Probably, what, for 2 weeks? I mean, come on. We're told over and over again, oh, she worked here and she worked there and she did this and she did that. I don't believe it. I bet you she worked at a restaurant for 2 weeks and then pretended like she worked there for 2 years. That friend wasn't invited to her wedding. That friend hadn't seen her in 10 years. And then when she did finally see her, she treated her to a nice dinner at her dad's restaurant, right? And then what did Christopher Watts' wife do? She put it right on social media that she thought she didn't feel well. She thought she got food poisoning from the food at that restaurant. Well, that's a howdy doody, right? You treat somebody who you knew 10 years ago to a meal at your family restaurant? And then she posts on social media that she thinks she got food poisoning from your restaurant? Sorry, that's not a friend. No, Roxy, she didn't go to NA's wedding. NA got married during the break. I think she was employed, probably paid for with tax dollars. And I think she planned her wedding for when, well, I think actually her wedding was planned, and then I think it became an issue. And I think that's part of why Christopher Watt's wife was shipped off, chaperoned no less, to North Carolina. Yes, wench, mom's work. Exactly. That's how it was in the phone. New Orleans says, I think she got fired a lot. I don't think she got fired a lot because I don't think she worked. I think she was on disability. And I think she got playing with MLMs because that way she could pretend like she worked. Come on, we were told it was a business trip, right? No, it wasn't. It was a sales seminar for an MLM. That is not a business trip. If you call that a business trip, then that only tells me you've never been on a business trip. I think Christopher Watts was telling the truth when he said that he did not murder his children, Bella and Cece. Christopher Watts didn't have anything to lose by divorcing his wife. He had everything to gain. His wife had everything to lose, and she was already losing it. In fact, I think she already lost it before she lost it, if you know what I'm saying. Tennyson said CW said she did it. I think she did. Star Mama says, I think SW's many personalities explains all of her jobs. Or all of her delusions, maybe. The nurse Nene routine, I think that was one of her personalities right there. Turquoise says he moved out at 18. Christopher Watts moved out at 18 because he had a goal, and his parents had been saving money for a long time, for many years, for him to reach toward his goal. His wife, on the other hand, moved out when she was 17 after getting in a huge fight and vowing she would never return to that house again. Marge, I think he was escaping. I think that court hearing was going to seal the deal for him. I think he only stayed because he was afraid for Bella and Cece's safety. Tennyson says they think we hate SW, blah, blah, blah. They don't think shit, Tennyson. They're told what to say. That's their little storyline, pretending that gives them the right to harass, dox, threaten, assault, slander, and defame. It doesn't. There's no excuse for what they're doing. Not one of them has ever shown up here to actually discuss the case. They don't even know what we think. They're saying what they're told to say. Cali Girl, I think that people can see it. I think the people who are claiming they don't see it are part of the scheme to try to silence the actual discussion. Exactly, Marge. There's no shame in identifying the suffering that poor little Bella Watts endured. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in trying to promote awareness about Munchausen by proxy. There's no shame in trying to promote awareness that if you have somebody looking right at the camera saying that she gave her children lots of Tylenol, do something about it. You know, think about the tribute to Christopher Watt's wife. What kind of a tribute is it to be pretending she was somebody she wasn't? Teresa, I think it was a lie, and I think he knew it was a lie. He told his mother, and his mother told me, that he doesn't know how she got pregnant because it wasn't by him, based on the fact that they were not intimate. Wench says maybe SW couldn't face what she was. I think that she was mentally ill. I think she knew it. And I think she was too lazy to get the help she needed. You know, if her and Christopher Watts wanted to live out their years being weird, that's on them. But once they had a baby, she had a responsibility to get the help that she needed. We do not make excuses for child abusers on this channel. We're not going to sit here and say, oh, what a wonderful mom. Wonderful moms do not give their children lots of Tylenol or drug them at bedtime. And it wasn't even bedtime, it was dinner time. And then stuff them in their bedrooms behind locked doors for 12 hours straight. Jackie says SW lacked maternal empathy. I don't think she ever bonded with the kids. I think she lacked empathy all the way. And I was thinking about that, about the scumbag attackers. They absolutely lack empathy. It's a sign of mental illness. And I think it's glaring. If you look at what the scumbag attackers are doing, they do not have empathy. Sophia says, straight explain the whole Cece's arm in the parking lot incident. That was a comment posted on social media by who knows who. It was somebody who claimed that they had a relative working, for the police department, I think. I heard a different story. I received a phone call from somebody claiming that they knew somebody who was working security at the store, and that was actually a strike across the face inside the store, and that they sent the video and that it was returned to them saying, no, thank you, we don't need it. I don't know why it would have been returned to them. Why wouldn't it have just been added to the evidence? So I don't know. And if it's something that's posted on social media, who knows? Same is true if it's somebody calling me with information, who knows? But it does kind of fit, doesn't it? Turquoise says, look at the Gabby case, lots hidden by women that guys don't get in trouble for. Well, I don't know. I watched the video of that traffic stop, and it seems to me like he wasn't the one who should have been arrested at that point, based on what they were saying. Lippy says, isn't CW a little young for you? Well, Lippy, that's a good name for you, really. And I would say this to Lippy and to all the other scumbag attackers: set better goals. Because my hunch is you've achieved nothing in your lifetime. Why don't you go sign up for a pottery class or something? Star Mama says, I think Bella was beginning to tell on her mother. I do too, Star Mama. There you go, Wench. Wench says, Lippy, go get a job. I don't think Lippy has to work because I think she gets a check every month. There's Lippy. Lippy says, Wench, I thought I was a paid attacker. No, honey, you're just a psycho. And no doubt, if you have a husband or a boyfriend, he is probably enjoying the time that you spend on the internet. Is that part of your treatment plan? Do people keep track of you that way? Exactly, Jackie. Jackie says, who locks their babies in their rooms at night? Think about that. She claimed that both children had asthma, yet there were locks on their bedroom doors, and they were put to bed, according to Cindy Watts, for 12 hours a night. What is a 3-year-old or an almost 5-year-old child going to do if they wake up in the night with an asthma attack? Exactly, Pixie Doll. Rectal thermometers, ages 3 and 4.5. That's pretty weird. That's very weird. And then to put that on social media, did she have any clue that children at those ages should not be having their temps taken with a rectal thermometer? Teresa says those children should have been removed a long time ago. What a shame. I agree with you, Teresa. Tennyson is offering Lippy a few samples of MLM Pro Bars. I wonder if Lippy is allergic to nuts. That's a joke. Kelly Girl says, I never saw pictures of them in the playroom. I never saw a playroom. I saw a basement. Is that what you mean? Or that spot in the living room? I don't know. She did take pictures one time of the girls spraying aerosol cleaner on the table and wiping it with towels. Now, if your children have asthma, are you going to hand them a bottle of aerosol cleaner? I don't think so. Turquoise says, back in the day, good doctors told us moms, oops, it just went too fast. Hold on. Back in the day, good doctors told us moms that was the most accurate way to take temperatures. Turquoise, they were 3 years and 4.5 years old. 3 and 4.5 years old. I don't think doctors told you to take temperatures that way when they were 3 and 4.5. Star Mama says that she thinks that Christopher Watt's wife thought that in her world she was a great mom. I think that that's just how she spent her life, was on social media. Teresa, I don't believe they had asthma either. I don't think they were sick at all. The autopsy said all three of them were healthy. Anita says, MJ, she was pretending to be you. She changed her name twice in chat. Who did? Marge says, I think Bella wasn't developing, had speech issues and learning disabilities from the drugs she lived on. I agree. I think both girls were not age appropriate in their development, emotional or speech or language, social skills, whatever. Oh, okay, Anita. Yeah, I blocked her. Thanks. Star Mama says, why is it if you live in a nice neighborhood, you keep the children clean, dress them well, expensive daycare? Yeah, I don't think it is that way. I think she was about to lose her rights to the kids. Well, you guys, you know what? I hate to do this to you, but this is going to be a short one today because I'm super busy. So I just saw that Sophia's heading off to work. Let's all say our goodbyes. We'll do this again soon. And remember, be healthy, be safe. Don't forget your vitamin D. And I want you guys to know that you are loved.